out this window to get 6 points, and we achieved that. And that was the main point, to achieve 6 points. We know it's difficult, it's not easy, and playing against opponents in this region we are not used to play against. Situations, the weather, the pitch, sometimes also the referee. So it was not easy for us, but we did what we had to do, what we want to do. 6 points and how many goals? 8 goals. So I'm a head coach.
Okay, we're going to start with a question. The local media will do it in their language, and you guys will do it in your language. So,
Coach Menzo, gefeliciteerd met de tweede overwinning, de 6 punten winnen. Had er een beetje koelbloedigheid in de eerste helft van ontbrak van u?
Nog een paar dingen ontbraken er. Wat mij betreft te maken met een heleboel factoren. Deze het veld, als je van vallen speelt in een kleine ruimte tegen de tegenstander die heel erg teruggetrokken speelt, dan moet je heel secuur spelen en elke paas moet goed zijn, moet je de juiste boodschap hebben. Dat was lastig. Daar onze balhandeling, onze balcirculatie was te laag. En daardoor konden zij heel goed verdedigen. Daardoor bleef het lastig. Je maakt wel een hele goede 1-0. En dat duurde 2-0 te lang. En die had eigenlijk moeten krijgen in de penalty wat mij betreft. Dat heb ik al aangegeven. Dus, het was niet onze beste wedstrijd, maar het was ook niet de beste man zijn beste wedstrijd.
So, Coach Tony Fleming, Radio Anguilla Sportsman and Sports Stew. That's good for you. Congratulations and a perfect start to this campaign. But when we look at the statistics, 2 contrasting halves, you had like 7 corners in the first half and 6 shots. You only had 1 goal. In the second half, you had 4 corners, 3 shots, but you also scored 3 goals. Talk us through both halves.
Yeah. But just look at the 4th goal was try your luck, you know. But all the 3 goals, the 2 goals in the second half were the way we want to play. It's a difficult opponent, make it very compact, and we have to play via the wings, crosses, and good occupation in the box. But yes, the corners in the first half were not well kicked, or not well played. Pitch, whatever, shots not on target or in the goalkeeper's hands. And you see how easy you can score in the second half when you do what you have to do, what you can do, and just cross the ball in front of the goal, and then, like the 4th goal, look for your luck. And, that's what we did. Second half, keep the pitch wide as possible, and try to find the spaces between and crosses. Help us with 2 or 3 goals.
Next.
Yes. Yes, to end of the players, John Millington. Coming off a game against St. Vincent, 2 contrasting team. How did you find playing Anguilla, a more defensive team than St. Vincent?
What was the question?
Yeah, the player. Yes.
My opinion, this game, we know that we will have the ball a lot and try to attack. In my opinion, the big difference between the both games was that in this game, we had more the ball, and for example, if you compare the first and the second half, we make some changes. We play the 3 defenders behind and to try to play from the sides, put the ball in, and I think it went okay in the second half. Of course, we tried to score more goals, but it was not the case in the first game. It was not an easy game, the first game, but in the end, we win the game, and that's the most important thing.
Okay. Sanchez.
Mijn vraag is voor de spelers Ferrari. Je hebt wederom je stempel weten te drukken met deze overwinning en de 6 punten en als koploper in de pool. Denk jij dat het vertrouwen binnen het elftal steeds sterker en groter wordt?
Ik denk vooral natuurlijk dat het belangrijk is dat we samen spelen wat we willen bereiken. Dat de manier van trainen en spelen natuurlijk wel steeds beter wordt. Ik denk ook dat we niet te veel eruit moeten halen, maar een doel willen de wedstrijd winnen en zo hoog mogelijk met het voetbal. Het is uiteindelijk wel gelukt, overal waren we misschien wat minder. Maar uiteindelijk merk je wel dat de manier van spelen bij ons al steeds beter gaat van dag tot dag. De spelers moeten niet zo lang bij elkaar en ik hoop dat het volgende week ook duidelijk te zien is dat we stap maken.
Coach, you had a lion's share of the possession of the football. What was the game plan coming into this particular match, and do you think that your team executed? I mean, yes, it's all about 3 points. Doesn't matter how they come, but was there anything that you worked on specifically, having not played Anguilla before, that you saw the team perfected out there today?
Well, when we play, we want to dominate. We want to have the ball a lot of times, dominate, create chances. But sometimes you need also circumstances, pitch, and it was not in our advantage today. And of course, Anguilla is lower ranked country than us, and they did what they could do against us, and it's fair. It's up to us to bring that ball and find space in the wall to score goals. And it helped a little bit today to score goals. But again, when you have a pitch that is it's not a blame. It's like it is. It doesn't help in a team who is attacking to play on a pitch what is not really good. And for a team that's defending, it's more easy. And that was the case today. They did what they could, but it was too slow because of the pitch. They couldn't change side in a high circulation, and then it's easy to defend and to change side as a defender from left to right. When we have a good pitch, they will do it left, right, left, and the right. The next time they will be too late, and then we have to execute. And that was the whole thing today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Did the weather, the time of day, affect you in any way? Did it play a part in your game?
Yeah, of course. You could feel the heat during the game, but also, wind. At this time of day, it's difficult to play.
Okay, then we go to the last round. One question, please. Then we're going to finish.
Coach Menso, in de rust, voordat u de kleedkamers inging, heb ik gezien dat u naar de arbiter liep. En u zag er een beetje kwaad uit en zo kennen wij u niet. Heeft er iets zich voorgedaan dat u dat hebt gedaan?
Dat was een ding wat ik vooral van de tegenstander heel langzaam deed om het spel te hervatten. Daar had ik iets tegen kunnen doen. We kregen een gele kaart eigenlijk voor niks. Op het moment met de keeper, ja, ik gun niemand een rode kaart. Maar dat is toch zo klaar als ik weet niet wat. Hij was de baas. Soms was moeite met baas.
Last question, please.
Yes. Could you just tell us what's the structure of your football in Suriname? I know you have produced some very, very good players who would have played for different countries as well, the likes of Clarence Seedorf and those. Tell us what's the structure like, how many of your players usually play overseas, your local tournament, etc.
Well, we have a special situation. think a lot of our players are born in Suriname, actually. They got their development, their education abroad, but they still are Surinamese. So that's why one of the reasons why it's not easy to get them together, because they come from everywhere, and the structure is South American football. They like football. They like to enjoy and play nice, dominate. In the days a long time ago, we had some great Suriname players in Suriname, born in Suriname, playing in Suriname. It changed now, but that's the structure. We like to dominate, to play, to let the crowd enjoy our match, and that's the structure of our way of playing.
Thank you. Last question.
Coach, how long has the team been together, this present team? How long have you been in camp?
Well, I just mentioned we have to ask them if they want to play now, because they all those two can play also for Holland, you know. But it's a privilege that they want to play for Suriname, because the parents or the grandparents are born in Suriname. So it's not easy to get them together. Only in the windows we get them, and this window, because their league was finished, they could come a little bit earlier. Then I had them a few days longer, but normally it's only 10 days, two matches in 10 days, 12 days. That's all.
All right, Coach Menzo and player Ferrari Anderson, thank you very much for your time. You guys, thank you very much to be here.
Thank you.
Safe journey back.
Safe travel. Anguilla, you couldn't hear Anguilla. Couldn't hear it. My God. Huh? Yeah. Start this. You ready, Lloyd? Lloyd. You ready? All right, Coach, commiseration to you and coming into today, what were the expectation coming up again?
Good afternoon, guys. Tony Fleming again, Sportsman is Sports, that's good for you. I must first congratulate you from previous for getting to this juncture in winning the match against Turks and Caicos. I didn't think we get to talk since you did overcame Turks and Caicos, and we were here today. Tell us, first of all, what was the tactic play coming up against Suriname, knowing that they're ranked 100, I think their ranking is 144, which is way above us. So what was the strategy going into this particular match?
Well, you know, coming out and playoff against Turks and Caicos, I had to prepare the players and them mentally and physically, tactically. We tight, we stay close, we take away the channels, and we ask them to play to the side. So if you look at the 90 minutes game plus, we have seen a lot of the time they're trying to move the ball to the side of the field to open us up. I think it was good tactically. I just think that, if we start believing a little more in ourselves as players, the mistakes we're making, we will elevate the mistakes and be a much better and competitive team. But as I said before, tactically we was good, we prepared for it. I think it's just the beliefs of players. And moving forward, I hope we could play against this type of opposition. Because as a coach, you can do so much. You just need a physical partner with the players playing against teams that have a lot of movements, good IQ of the game. Is the only way we could improve. But to me, we were good today.
Yes, Coach. I, Carl Thomas, KCN Television 4. In some way, I must congratulate the team on their performance against a high-flyer team, Suriname. What I observed that in the attack, Suriname would come down the left wing, straight to number 10 to number 17, and right across. And lots of times we were caught napping. I want to question why at times we played the short ball from, as I say, from the goalkeeper to the defense, and lots of times we were caught halfway. In my opinion, I thought we should have been playing some big balls to catch the opposition on the off. Thank you.
Right, yeah, I respect your observation, but I look at the physical side of the Anguilla team. If you look at the players in the higher position, like you say 2 forwards or 1 forward, they are 5'6" for most. If you had a player about 6'1" or 6 foot, then they could do that over the top and they will hold on the goal for you. But if we keep going long, and the few times we went long, we realized they came back at us for 1 time. So, yes, I like the counter attack, but we don't have the physical types of players to play. So, I believe in allowing the players to play from behind. Yes, we made some mistakes, but at that time we come out the ball played from behind and switch inside. It's just that repetition, our repetition of what you do will allow you to do the right thing, short, sharp, move the ball, the players moving, but it will take time. And do not believe in a ball going long over the top continuously, because you're playing against 3 guys in the back. They are all 6-footers. So it's very difficult for us to keep going long and they putting back the ball into some dangerous areas. To be somewhere along the line, we have to have some possession. And we don't want the game to, when you look at the stats, it's 90-10 because we'll be going long low. If you look at the stats, it would be, I think the stats today was 70-30. That the one 9-10 and the chasing in the hustle and treating it, you will make more mistakes than trying. The hardest thing to me to do in football is to chase the ball. It's much easier to keep the ball than to chase it. And I'm trying to introduce that style of football to the Anguillians. Because if you look at the league, everything is over the top. So I want to bring a new type of game to the Anguillian team, to the spectators. It's just that, to me, coming out of the 4 goals, I think we could have cut it in half. But as I said before, I was proud of augurs well for the football going forward. If this league could be a professional league where you're bringing 3-4 players for every team, so everybody could learn from each other. Besides what I'm bringing to the table, you know, this country football will improve from the league into the national team. But I think we did a fantastic job.
Coach Lloyd Gums from Lloyd's Live, just going back on a comment you made earlier, they're physically fit. You made mention that they need to believe in themselves a bit more in terms of that they can do it. How going forward can this be instilled in the athletes?
Right, so very good question, because the guys I know who make millions of dollars a month and a year, they have psychiatrists dealing with them, making them leave. While we was warming up, I watching one of my players hardly really warm up. You know what you're doing? You're watching your position. That says you are the confident. When you look at your position, half the game lost already. I don't walk up to him and say, what's going on here? I was a player, I know them kind of stuff. So this is the science tell you how to add that to the game. You understand? So these are things that I want to bring to the table going forward, and as time goes by, we will be a better team. We will make all the proud and we continue to play.
We get to the players, but we still will coach. Structure-wise and tactics in terms of defending, because most likely I would think that you wanted to set up more from the defensive side of things and then play out on the counter-attack.
Yes.
Tell us some of the assignment for some of the players, like the role of Jalen Smeens and Jordan Dean.
Right. So what we do in trading, we set up what we call 5 lanes, buckets lane from one goal post to the next, and we play out in. So just as the 2 players on the left side there, when one out, which means left side wide, the next one in. If Jalen out, Jordan in. If Jordan out, Jalen in. So this is how we set up. We do lanes, we train with lanes. So players would understand the rule and function.
So how do you think they perfected that assignment today?
Well, Jalen, I converted him into a wing back. So he has some shortcomings in terms of defending 1v1. So as time goes by, with the information and the help from I and the head coach, he will improve in that position. Jordan is now starting back to get his game together. I'm trying to bring confidence because technically he's one of our better players, and you would know if you go out good, if you're not technically good, tactical becomes a problem. You know, it must be technical to add tactical. So you know, it's a work in progress, and it's a job for all the players understanding the structure, how we want to play. So in attack, we would switch to 3 back, 5-2. When we lost the ball, it's 5-3-1-1.
6 shots, 1 goal first half, 7 corners. Second half, 3 shots, 3 goals, 4 corners. What was the difference there?
Yeah, the difference was the stops. You see the stops for the water break, it allowed us to lose concentration. And then, you had to add the injuries to the experienced players. So when some of the players who had the experience at this level came on, they gave their position too much time and space to play. And if you look at the last goal, you understand what I mean.
Kyle, right? Kira. I always get mixed up with. looked like there seems to be one of the better, comfortable players out there with the football and so on. How was it out there, having to defend for the most part, and like coaches, all of us who would play football before would prefer to be running with the ball and not without the ball because it's hard. How was it out there today?
I think going up against a team who's a high nation, we knew the side were not going to have a lot of the ball. So we just had to accept the circumstances, and it means defending for 9 minutes. We try our best to do that and try and get a positive outcome at the same time. Obviously, as Coach said, I believe that the score can be cut in half. I think the goals we gave them were from our mistakes, but that's the difference, like little margins. That's why some of those players are playing in the top leagues in the world. We're not quite there as much, but we're getting there. Improvements being made, and you can see in terms of results.
My final question for the day goes to Jermaine. As always, ever ready, Duracell, Energizer Bunny. How was it out there? What do you think that you could have done differently to maybe, give your team a little bit more support, even though you would have done so? How did you think that the boys performed today? Coming up against Suriname, they would have won against St. Vincent 4-1, 1 goal at halftime, and then just a little slippage there, 3 goals going in at the second half. What are your general thoughts?
Yeah, for me, I think that we stick to the game plan, which I'm proud of the boys so far. Obviously, in the first half it was 1-0, but it could have easily been 1-1 for us, so that could have probably changed the whole dynamics of the game. Overall, yes, we did a lot of running, but I think we kept our shape for the most part of the game. This is all errors that cost us. I think going forward we could do something. I feel like this group here is something we can go forward with this position.
Oh, one little question, I forgot. Sorry. How Luke plays a very important role in the setup of your defense. How did that affect your structure in today's match?
Right, so nice question again. If Luke was here, he wouldn't have played a back 5. So that says a lot. Luke is 2 players in 1. With Luke here, we are going 4, 5, and 1. You understand? But with Luke out, we need a cover. Luke is an excellent player for us. And we missed him today. I think with him in the back, we have been very much different.
All right, my question to the players. Coming into today, knowing that Suriname was very much ranked, like as Tony said, 144, and would have overcome St. Vincent 4-1. And so you were playing against 2 teams today. It was Suriname and the Sun. What was the preparation like coming in today? How much time you actually had to train during this time, during the windows that you were going to be playing? You know that you had to play at 3:30. How much time you actually played at 3:30?
Yeah, we did some afternoon sessions. Yeah, I think we was adjusting pretty well. But on this day, last time we played a friendly match against St. Martin around the same time, so that was one of our preparation. It wasn't as hot as today, but I think the boys did adjust it well. Yes, we did have some sessions in that.
This is to both coach and players. Do you think that more friendly matches would improve our football? 1, generally, and 2, what would it do for the Anguilla public?
I prefer the players answer first, and then I'm hoping players to say.
To answer your question, I think yes. We play games, go straight to tournaments. There's not much time to look at tactics or read players when they come in. So I think more games means more opportunities to correct mistakes, and so when we then go into big tournaments, we're prepared, and then those silly mistakes we're making out on the pitch today, they don't happen.
And so it's just about, I think, just getting more preparation.
For me, I love playing friendlies because, especially against higher opponents, because now we can make adjustments, you know, and a lot of these errors we made today, we probably could have countered today. Yeah, so I love playing friendlies, especially.
So for me as a coach, I think when I do my part, I expect the physical side of the game, we're playing practice games, will allow us to execute, and we learn from strength and weakness. So as the players say they were correct, when we go straight into this kind of top tier teams, one, mentally it tells on some of the players some mistakes will be made, and two, they can't beat experience. These are the areas that we shout. Also, in our part, we didn't talk to them about is that in the UK, their football season finished about 4 weeks now. So that and all would be a minus. So when they come in a week before competition, you know, I had to do morning and evening session with them to help them climatize and to get to the next level in terms of the physical side of the game. So I think June is a dangerous time for, that's a World Cup month, but it doesn't help us, you know. So that's about it.
All right, so we travel tomorrow. In the next 3 days, we would be up against Puerto Rico. Another tough opponent. What our preparation going into that? What our mindset is like?
Well, you don't want to change the plan too much because both opposition today and Tuesday, which is Puerto Rico, is top class opposition when you watch the listing of where some of the players are playing. So we wouldn't change the game plan much, just to get the players and them to believe in the system, but we wouldn't change much. I stayed up to watch the Puerto Rico El Salvador, and before I spent some time watching the two wide midfielders, two left footers, one coming from the right, De Leon, and next one coming from the left. There's no player on the width as good as these two guys that we played today. So it will be hard to come and choose them. They are excellent ball handlers with the left foot for Puerto Rico. And looking at the game today, as I said, the two wide midfielders for Suriname, they're not as skillful as these two guys. Excellent ball handlers. So we have a go cut off for Tuesday, and then we wouldn't be at full strength because some of the reasons not to be discussing, we will be short. So players had a fatigue to make up, but it's all good for the experience.
Yes. Would we have Luke back in the team? No?
Luke is dealing with an ACL injury. Now finished come off an operation about a month ago. So Luke is nationwide. But it is good. It allows the junior players to step up and learn and become stronger with confidence and style of play.
Just want to take this opportunity again, coach, players, to wish you the very best. To congratulate you again. When I looked at the game, Suriname versus St. Vincent, I honestly thought that we had a handful coming to us, but 4-0, I think we played well, and I just want to congratulate you and wish you the very best in your coming up fixtures.
Well, and you could take back to the camp as well. I thought we saw some good goalkeeping out there from Jelani. Started goalkeep very well. I was speaking to one of the security guard who works with us, and he said, well, it's about 8 that you were going to get. So I was very much pleased with what I saw out there. It's a very, very young team.
Yes.
like you said, a lot of those players, and we could see it out there, are not so very comfortable coming for the football and really want the ball, so to speak. And like you said, during our local league here, a lot of things that we see some of these players get away with, when they go to the national level, you realize, well, it's a different speed, different. So it's
Tough.
work to be done, and at least we're trending in the right direction.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.